Hey, hey, hey. Wow, I'm getting I'm getting an echo in here. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. It's always fun to do a interview with someone we've not had on the channel before, and we're going to have that tonight with Mr. Stephane Roux. Got that name right, but yeah, we're still recovering from our wonderful weekend at IX, and you can't even call it a weekend, right? It was a whole week, but lots of fun stuff going on here, lots of prep work for OAX. I think you're going to be full of OAX by the time the shows are done this week because we've got a big show tomorrow that's going to have some OAX announcements, and also on Thursday. While we haven't told you yet, there's going to be, I believe, at least three and potentially four big name pre-OAX announcements coming out on Thursday as well. So, as number one Marvel fan, he's already trying to make Stefan think he's his number one fan of his work because he says Roux does some amazing Marvel pieces, and I would agree with you. But let's bring Stefan in and let him talk about his mastery over the Marvel universe, particularly the women of the Marvel universe as well. Welcome to the show, Stefan. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Well,
That's
it's
awesome.
a
That's
pleasure.
awesome. I like the intro. It was very impressive. Yeah.
We try.
Mhm.
I sample whatever we can get out there, and you provided me all those images. Those were your the pre-OEX images that you sent my way. So, but yeah, it worked out well. But before we even get started talking about anything, we got to talk about this room that you're in because I'm still marveling at it, and I got to make it go full screen so everybody can get a good look at it as well. But my goodness, look at this! You've got ET, and
Yeah. ET
there's
is a
Grogu.
purchase. Grogu is a purchase. But Lockheed over there is made.
Oh, nice.
Is handmade. Uh, he's got his jaw moves. I can go and get it for you if you want.
The Lockheed? Yeah, I got to see that. I mean, you
All
literally
right.
made this. You did
All
this
right. But
yourself?
before you see it, you're gonna see my butt. That's for sure.
Uh-oh. I hope you're wearing pants. Okay,
All
great.
right. So he's missing his wings already. I need to sew the wings in there, but this is Mr. This is Lockheed, yeah,
Wow. What's he
and
made out of?
foam clay,
Interesting.
and it can rest on your shoulder.
Yes, but can you mime anything while he's up there?
Can I what?
Can you like make him talk for us without moving your lips?
No, I was actually thinking for the next generation, I'm gonna put a bicycle brake wire in it, and it'll be I could be moving it, and then some vaping process that the body would be hiding the whole mechanism would
Yeah,
run through the throat, and then the eyes would glow too.
I love it. And then
So
are those costumes in the back there too? You got the
the
thing
thing
and
is,
the
the thing is my it's my working costume. Yeah, the thing is a cosplay I made that I wore for a hot second, and by hot second I do mean a hot second.
Oh, so you
There he
did
is.
cosplay at a show
At a
in
show,
that
I
time.
did the last. I did the last Wizard World, which was in Chicago.
Okay.
I brought it there, and I walked for 20 minutes, and I was like entering a sauna. So that was fun. Um, that was before I discovered foam clay. Now the Hulk is all foam clay, and that was my first attempt at it, and I had a blast. Doesn't look like it there, but the head. If I was to build a whole body, it would have to be 9 feet tall
Dang.
because you can see the head is actually pretty much at the same spot where the thing is. So you can see it's almost like double the size of the thing. And then the Hellboy one I did too. Start to
Yeah.
Hellboy in the hand of Doom. The hand of Doom.
Yeah. Can you wear that? Is that actually?
Yeah. That's part of the rest of the costume is now being put away in a box because there's a werewolf on the mannequin on the other side of the. Like I said, long winters in Wisconsin. So
See, did you? Were you always a sculptor? I mean, is this something that you've always
I've
wanted to do? Because
always
you're really good
wanted to
at it.
sculpt. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to sculpt, and the thing is, At first, when I was in art school, I didn't get the opportunity to meet with the right material, so I was very frustrated with natural clay because I already had projects for like soaring heroes with extended arms and stuff, and I couldn't make it work because I try to put wires in there and support, and of course with the clay you can't. When it air dries, it breaks, it cracks. So I was miserable, and I was like, well, that's not for me. And then a friend working in animation years later, a friend recommended Super Sculpey, which is what the sculptors that do the statues for the Disney animators used, and that opened a whole new world of possibilities. So I started to sculpt mini like toys and sculptures and action figures and stuff. I did an Alex Ross Batman that's about like that big, and then a bust of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, back in 2000. So that was my foray into sculpting. And then for years I didn't do anything. And then when I moved here, because I had the space in the house, I was able to do more stuff.
Well, like you said, the winters in Wisconsin are long, and you need as many
7 months, baby, 7 months on average. So
easily
yeah,
possible. Well, that's freaking awesome, man. We're not going to be offering. You're not taking any sculpture
no
commission
commissions, no,
opportunities.
no,
No, that's not what that's not on the table tonight.
no, it's not on the table. I might do at some point some cosplay commissions, but that's like that's when I have the time. Right now, I don't.
So is this technically your studio? Are you?
That is my studio. It's the family room in the house. You see, there's a fireplace over there.
Mhm.
And actually, the Hulk is not finished, but eventually there should be a torso, some shoulders showing, and a fist, and some fake bricks, as if he was smashing through the wall.
I like that idea. It'd be cool just with his head smashed through the wall like that, but doing more of the torso and a fist. Hey,
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's something I do watching TV on the weekends, or when I'm by myself chilling, because I can't just watch the Kardashians, or the whatever housewives of whatever city. I
Beverly
need to
Hills,
be
yeah.
creative. I need to do stuff.
I had no idea that those were shows that you would find amusing and everything. But
No, I was picking up because I know they exist, but I can't tell you for the life of me what they're about.
yeah. So what do you do when you're bored other than sculpt then? I mean, is there and shoveling snow? Because clearly that's
Yeah,
another.
shoveling snow is my workout. No, it's I like to go on walks. I like to ride bikes. I like to ride my bike, weather allowing. So that's only a few a few weeks a year. Uh, yeah, I like to ride my bikes. There's a lot of trails that are really really cool to do here along the coast. You can see the lake. Yeah, it's and I'm fortunate to have my windows right now are facing a park. It's all wild and woods and stuff, and we have no fence, so we got bucks, we got all sorts of coyotes and stuff walking in the back, and so we got to be careful with the dogs sometimes. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like to go out, but my mistress, being my work, is very demanding, and I like my mistress a lot. So I skip on walking. I skip on lunch sometimes, and that's not good. That's not good. I'm gonna end in a scooter, but no, I need to walk more. I need to walk more for sure.
Yeah. Well, Maureen tells me, my wife, she tells me that every freaking day. She's like, "You're not walking
And you
enough."
know what? I know I should put some timer on my phone and go like every 45 minutes, and boom. Especially now that we're entering the season where it's going to be gray and gloomy and cold, and it takes 3 or 4 layers to. So I'll just have to muster the energy to do that.
Hmm.
But the projects I'm working on are so exciting, and the ones coming are equally exciting. So I'm like, damn, it's hard to walk away. It's hard to walk away because when you're in that zone, and my best friend used to be the only one that could tell me, hey Steph, you need to step out. Come on, go. I don't want to hear it. Come on, walk with me. Let's go outside. Now she's on another continent, so it's a little hard to push me out of the studio.
Well, I get it. So when the sculpture career, or courses were you decided that you couldn't do them, right? Was comic books always something that you wanted to work on, or
Yeah,
how did you fall into
actually,
that,
since I
or did
was
you
a
just always
kid,
like drawing beautiful women?
yeah, since I was a kid, actually, I had before I knew what a bucket list was, I had a bucket list, and it was about working in comics, working in animation, and doing special effects. Because I'm of the generation that grew up with Star Wars and like Legend and Labyrinth and all those movies where there was a lot of prosthetic effects, mechanical effects, and stuff. So and before that, the shows that we inherited from the '60s, the puppet shows from the like the Thunderbirds, things like
Hmm.
that. So I was always fascinated by this world of creating with your own hand things that had a, a reality, a physical reality, physicality. And so I've always wanted to do those things. And when I was a kid, actually, when I was maybe 14, 15, um, I was in my, I would wake up super early in the morning uh, and get to my desk and start drawing, pretending I was a comic book artist. And my brother, who wanted to be in on it, self-proclaimed himself a writer slash editor, right? So he was in his room and he was writing stuff, and we still joke about how bad it was. It's almost become like family quotes between us. And when I pull one, he knows that he needs to step down. So, so the thing is, he would
Did you
write,
do you,
and
do you still have that work? I mean, was that
I
discarded long
actually
ago?
pulled out. Oh, I should have had. I actually pulled out. I'll send you the files, and then you can
Because that could
you
really
can have a
embarrass them
laugh.
if you
I,
read
I
some of
actually
these
pulled
scripts
out
out loud.
Wolverine pages that I did
Yeah.
around that time. And so the thing is, I would draw in at my table in my bedroom. Then I would walk between my bedroom and to his, which was just behind the wall. And I would pretend to make the walk last longer, as if it was really taking time. So I was kind of like stalling and staying in the same spot. And then I would go to Marvel or DC or whatever. And then he would pick the pages and then he would send me the next script, right? And as fate would have it, when I got my first gig at DC and I came to the New York Comic Con, that was in February, I think, at the time. It was the one last time when they did, maybe the last two one that they did it in February, 207, 207, yeah, something like that. I stayed for a few days because I knew I was going to go to DC to see the people who had hired me, right?
Hmm.
And I was at the hotel across Penn Station, where they had the Apple. Don't they have the Apple Comic Con there or something in
Oh,
in
Big
the
Apple
hall?
Comic Con. Yeah.
Yeah, in the hallway. So I was staying there, and it was crisp and cold, but it was sunny. And I started walking on Seventh Avenue. I was going all the way to Broadway and to the old office, and I froze. I froze in my tracks because I'm like, holy cow! This is me at 13. This is me at 13. I stopped for 3 seconds, which felt like an eternity. And I was like, I already lived that moment and it freaked me out. I couldn't make a move for 3 seconds, but it felt like it lasted longer. And my portfolio in my hand, the exact same thing. I was like, yeah, wow. It was meta
Yeah.
before I knew what meta was.
Right. Right. Exactly. That was. Yeah. I mean that's pretty cool though. I mean I
Yeah,
get
yeah, no, and it's what adds to that cool moment is that it was thanks to Adam Hughes and Allison, who spotted my work on Comic Art Fans.
really.
Yeah, it's because I posted things a week before Christmas on Comic Art Fans, and a week to the day, I got an email by somebody saying, "Hey, we saw your work and we it's really good. We like it. Would you be against us pushing it to the art director at DC Comics?" And I'm like, who?
Who
Well,
are
I'm
you and why
Allison,
do
blah
you?
blah blah. I'm like, are you the Allison? She goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's me." And so they pushed the message to Mark Chiarello, and the next day I got a message, and he goes, "Do you want to do a pinup?" And it was Superboy with the all the tubes and stuff he had in his outfit. Can't
I'm not
remember
a
the name
DC
of
guy, so I can't never answer a DC question.
yeah, it was a Superboy pinup at the back of when they were like summing up the origin story of the character. And I finished the piece at home. Everything was fine, everything was ready. And the next day, not even, yeah, the next day at 5 in the morning, I had to catch a train to go skiing in the French Alps. Excusez-moi. And I'm trying at 1 in the morning, I'm trying to send the file to the FTP, and it refused to go. And I'm like, way to go for a first gig. So I took it on flash drive with me. I got to the station, to the ski station. I went to the first bar and I said, guys, I kid you not, this is my next job. Is for, DC Comics, Superman, Batman. Yeah, those guys. Can I get your internet connection and send it? And it went through. And I was like, yeah, that was the best Christmas gift ever. Like a few days before Christmas, getting in touch with Adam and Allison, and then them giving me my the step up to get to DC and through Comic Card Fans. That's how it happened. It works, guys.
Hey,
It
I,
works.
I love hearing that, Stephane. I do. I mean, and Chiarello, Adam, and Allison are all going to be at OAX in February, right?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna
This
have
is
we're
a
gonna
this
have a
is a
picture. We're
reunion,
gonna
I
have a
think.
picture. Yeah, with you. We're gonna have a picture
Yeah,
with
no,
you. Yeah.
hey, that'd be pretty cool. The
Hmm.
thing is, these are the stories that I never heard, right?
Hmm.
For many years, CAF was out there, and I didn't know the good things that it was doing.
Yeah.
And
No, the
that's
amount of people it
wonderful.
connected on so many level. You probably only not even you don't even know half of it. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably you're gonna have to drop a chat room where people can throw their stories, and then you collect, and then you make a book out of it.
Oh, I don't think anybody's going to write a book about calf, but hey, but it's wonderful to hear that stuff because I always felt like, even early on that artists should be using calf for whatever, right?
Hmm.
And I'd hear that they would, for reference and things like that. While they'd be at a con and they didn't know how to draw a certain costume, they'd go to Comic Art Fans versus
Yeah, I
using
mean, when you
Google
when you
image
want to
search.
go to the classics, you're gonna find all the original classic pages. You're gonna find them one way or another on that website. There's like it's a treasure trove for the medium. It's invaluable for sure.
Well, you've made my day. I have to tell you, that's great. I
Why
mean.
you made mine 15, 16 years ago.
Guys, that's great. Um, but wow, I bet you, and knowing Allison and Adam, I mean, the thing is, I have to believe that they've probably helped out a lot of creators over the
Oh
years.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One way or another, it's there's a few people like that. Jimmy Palmiotti. There's like those people are so generous with their time, with their connections, with their input and their expertise, and yeah, it's just those guys are. Yeah. And I'm sure you have other artists who have other people to thank for
Hmm.
the things they've learned. So it's a community that really shows um, their passion for the medium and their interest for the newcomers, the ones who are passionate about it. I just ran into um, Thiago Palma, who's a young and upcoming artist who just signed up with Marvel. He was in New York last year. He came to my table. We started to talk, clicked right away. He was trying to, get into the industry and stuff. And a year later, he's there and he's drawing a New Avengers, and now he's got a gig that I don't know if he's announced it yet, so I don't want to say anything. But man, it's to see the thing staying alive, and keeping alive and active and creative is just it's one of the joys of the industry. Yeah.
No, that's wonderful. So let's see here. So we were going to announce your pre-OAX stuff. I think we should probably go ahead and do that, and
Hmm.
then we're going to look at some work and projects that you've got going on, and and I've got plenty of questions, but I could ask the questions when we're looking at your pre-OX opportunities, because I see a lot of, I don't see any female characters in the background there. I mean, they're all male characters, but you have an affinity for drawing beautiful women. I think that when I look at the image examples from your commission opportunities, I think they're almost all beautiful women, except maybe one. I think
Except,
is
yeah, are you referring to the Cyclops? Maybe the one I drew that only had one eye.
No, I don't think it was that. Well, here, well, let's look at them. Let's announce it. I can put the link in the chat for your pre-OAX opportunities here, and let me get that in there so everybody has it. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the slides, and we can talk about each of them. So we talked about sketch cards, and you agreed to do both either pen and ink, so black and white, or also color sketch cards. So these are the pen and ink examples, and that Hulk looks a whole lot like that Hulk on the back wall.
I know, and I was turning my back at the reference, but I've worked on so many iteration of the Hulk for myself. Like, I even sculpted half a foot high statue of the Hulk in Super Sculpey. I have the mold and the prototype somewhere in a box. Yeah, I just like. I mean, I watched the show when I was a kid, and it was already impressive to me, and I like the character. I like the reference to the Frankenstein kind of like mythos, and also the fact that he's that mountain that if he wanted, nobody could stop him. Yeah. So, and I like that Marvel finally in the MCU finally did it right. Yeah, that is my Hulk. That's the one I want to.
Well, I like the way the MCU did it as well. So this is the pen and ink version that you have. These are $95, and then I've got a couple different slides for the color options. So these are at $135.
Those are fun. Those are fun to do, especially because I don't usually bring my markers at shows. So doing them at home, I have my whole range of markers. I'm gonna have fun. Like, I really like the Phoenix on that one. Yeah. That was fun to do. It's such a small size that when you get something right, it's really gratifying. Yeah, I really liked.
Yeah, it makes me think that I should ask you for a Jean Grey classic costume Phoenix. That's very, very, very nice. And then here I got a couple. You got Lockheed in this one too.
Yep. Yeah, that was. Those are really cool characters to draw. I love drawing Tigra. I love drawing Tigra.
Yeah, that one came out good. I don't think we have any like collectors that are strictly focused on Tigra, but she would be a cool character.
Oh yeah, I mean this was the one I did, but basically when I'm doing pre-done commissions and when people reach out, on my email and stuff to ask for commission, I like it when they and they might not do it on purpose, but when they surprise me with something that I've never drawn before, or when they're taking me out of my comfort zone, because what I know I can do, they know I'll deliver. They know I'll be putting all my heart and my skills, and the girls, and but when I get something that's, oh, you get me there, I didn't expect that, let's do it, because it's refreshing. It's kind of like a reboot, and it's really with a few exceptions on video game characters that I don't know of, and some designs from video game characters are very complicated and intricate and a pain sometimes, but I try to be more careful with what I say yes to, because sometimes I could be caught into things that are very, very complicated, intricate, and I feel like I'm struggling. I always try to do justice to the character. I consult a lot of reference from others or from the original material, and I try to be as true as possible to the thing, even though I don't know much about the character. But yeah, some can be challenging sometimes because they're very intricate design.
Well, we run that mystery sketch twice a year during Comic Art Live, which I can let everybody know. Stephane has not been added to the
Mm-hmm.
list yet, but he will be doing a few for the November show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll get
Yep.
him on this. I'll get him on the site tomorrow. But from running the mystery sketch, I can tell you that I wouldn't say it's 10%, but at least 7% of the requests that come in are for video game related characters. It's. I mean, I
Which doesn't surprise me. It's
I was
fine.
it's not a surprise to you, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I mean it's still taking me out of my comfort zone, so I'm learning new stuff. I might pick an interest on the character too, like or
Hmm.
on the visuals. It's kind of like when I say it's taking me out of my comfort zone, it's because I get to draw shapes and combination of shapes like horns and rings to it, or things that I normally don't do. And I'm like, oh wait, this is challenging enough and exciting enough because I want to see how I can render it to the best of my abilities.
Hmm. So here's a good question from Tunes. They want to know: does it have to be Marvel or DC characters, or can we go a little wild with the ideas?
Oh yeah, I mean, so my background is in animation. I used to draw all sorts of things from cartoony to realistic to yeah, it can be. It doesn't have to be DC or Marvel. The last gig I did for any of the big two was almost 10 years ago now.
Hmm.
Since then I've been focusing on different things. My one of my personal interests is in old 1970s anime, old 1970s, old 80s anime, all the way to the mid 90s. You know, people don't know that, and that's how I'm gonna redirect my energy, my focus on some of my future projects. This is what it's gonna be. But I can draw movie characters like ET. I can draw
I got
actors from
reference right
movies.
behind you for ET. That's
Yeah, I got the right reference for that. Yeah, but now horror movies, classic monsters, the creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein monster, yeah, anything. I mean, we're not just one facet, right? We have multiple interests.
exactly. So then Tunes, yes, you can pretty much request anything, and if Stefan says no, then it must be really wild and out there. But
Yeah, it's
I
if
wouldn't
it's
know.
a little if it's a little questionable and a little going in directions that are not, um, yeah, it's the artist's prerogative, but the range is pretty wide.
Hmm.
That's for sure.
All right, well, let's look at some more of the options here. So you do have a 9 by 12 option on tonal paper,
Hmm. Hmm.
pen ink with some white highlights. I guess this one has a little bit of color in it as well. I don't know if that's going to be
Yeah.
normal. Yeah,
Well,
but
it can be because it's pretty easily done. Like if it was a Hulk, I would probably do the shadows with a hint of green. If it
uh-huh.
was Red Skull, I would put some red on the face, obviously, stuff like that. But the thing is, when I mean tonal paper, and we're showing this example of tan, but there's a whole range of different colors. There's some paper that's a little bit more pink, some that are bluer. For example, if I was doing an Aquaman or a Submariner, I could use a blue-gray tonal paper. If I was doing a Miss Piggy, I would use the pinkish paper. Things like that. I like to play with the medium to that extent. I would not draw. I would not draw Miss Piggy on a green sheet of
Right.
paper. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So it sounds like your animation background kind of plays into a little bit of the color choices and the paper that
Yeah,
you
and even when I try to be realistic in my proportions, the eyes are sometimes a little too big, the nose, the mouth. There's always a little hint of the cartoony style that always, resurfaces. Um, uh, but I try to, I try to expand my range in terms of styles and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
I designed characters in animation for 17 years. I did storyboard, I did layout, I did directing. So yeah.
Well, Cirillo mentioned that he's got his first sketch from you back in 2007.
Yeah, gotcha, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was the show. That was the show where I was in New York and I had Billy Tucci on one side and it was supposed to be Rob Liefeld on the other side, but he never showed up. Yeah.
Interesting. Let me see. Oh, we got one more. What do we have? One more tonal piece here, I think, right? Yeah. Okay, here
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, Ultraman.
Yeah, that came out very nice too. So $300.
So yeah, what I do with, and the cool thing with total paper is that I put white highlights either with a pen, with a Prismacolor pen, or white paint. And this is so much fun because it creates an illusion of a third dimension almost. And it's like, yeah, it's, you get so much with those highlights. It's all, and the toothbrush with the little spats on. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's really always fun to do. Artists, they like to get messy.
Even at a show.
Oh, even more at a show. Yeah.
So yeah, well, that's where people can actually see you work. So you might as well get go lean into it a little bit more than you might at home.
Yeah, I might. You know what? I'm thinking of, maybe I should issue those aprons like you get when you go to a seafood restaurant. You know, and when I'm
Hmm.
doing paint and I'm doing messy stuff, I should hand one to the people staying around at the table on the outside, so that nobody gets the splatter and the stuff like that. That'd be fun with the SR logo.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a collectible item too.
So here we have a 11 by 14 watercolor
Hmm.
bust, appropriately titled there, I
Yeah,
guess.
I
These were
really
750.
enjoy doing those. I really enjoy doing the watercolor with the pencils, with the, yeah. That's
Now,
these
when you're
days.
drawing,
These
when
days
you
when I
draw,
do traditional work, that's what I like to do.
okay. So on a piece like this, I have to ask because we've this has come up in conversation with other artists that we've had on the show. What part of the woman's anatomy do you usually start with? I mean, do you go for the eyes? I mean, is it the face that you got to get right on the page, or how do you?
I start with the head, the shape of the head.
Yeah,
I
and
start with
work
the
your way
shape of
down.
the head. I usually that's when I decide if I want an oval face, like an upside down egg shape, or if I want a square shape, or if I want a round baby face, depending on the character. What the character calls for. Obviously, for someone like Red Sonja, there's going to be a little bit of an angle on the jaw just to make him like tougher and stuff. But I want to keep her feminine as much as I can. And feminine doesn't just mean, focusing on the breast and and showing as much as. That's not about it. It's about the features of the face, because people focus on the face and the hands, whether it's on a panel or on a piece like this. So, and it's a tricky one with her, for example, because she's going to be tough. She's going to be, you got to see that she means business, but she also has to be, good looking, pleasant, for the eyes. So I try to, I try as much, and that's why I like to do those at home, because then I'm comfortable at my desk. I can polish, the features on the face. Then when I do the chin and the face, then I start on the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and yeah, the rest comes way after. The hair is probably what comes last, because I know it's going to be juggling with curves and counter curves and stuff, and this requires a full focus. So
So this isn't something that you would normally do at a show for a con
I've
sketch
done those at
commission.
a show. I've done those at a
Yeah.
show. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I've
Well,
done full figures too. Like we had a Power Goal one time that was a full figure. Yeah.
here's one other bust example, 750 on it again for the 11 by 14. Nice Scarlet Witch here.
Yeah.
And then we do have a full figure option,
Yes.
watercolor as well, an 11
Yeah.
by 17. So 1500 for that. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And the deal with this is that whatever character you commission, you would get a light background like this. This one obviously is the Phoenix activating and stuff, but it can be anything behind that would be, if it's the Hulk again, you could get some rubbles, or the Thing, you could get some rubbles at the base, but very very simple background, just so it makes the image, energetic and dynamic.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's beautiful. So do you I mean for something like this, could they say they want a Hulk with rubble? I mean, is that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah. I mean,
okay?
even if they wouldn't specify, that is something, because I need, especially for a character as massive like this, or the Thing, you have to ground them. so they'd be resting on, some sort of ground, and of course it's the part that's done spontaneously and almost like improv. You
Hmm.
don't really draw the details, you do improv, so that you let the brush carry your hand away, and then you let it fade a little bit, but it dresses up the piece and it gives it a little supplement of things to look at too.
Right. It takes it away from just being, I don't know, your standard con pinup drawing by giving
Yeah,
it
or
background.
just some characters, it works to have a bleak white background because you're trying to suggest that they're coming through a portal, or they're coming back from the dead or whatever. That would work. I mean, if I had to do Sandman, for example, that might be
Mhm.
what I do. You know,
Well,
but
I'm gonna update the description I have on the site because I didn't mention like with a moderate background or something like that. I'll just at least make a note that
yeah, with a
not
light background, yeah.
yeah. And then one more slide, and it kind of covers three different options, I guess. This is kind of a cover quality piece.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That one was super fun. Super fun. The person who commissioned that one has always great ideas. And that one was like, yes, I knew exactly what I was going to do the moment I got assigned on that one. And this is the kind of stuff that I like. The more description you give me, I can sort it out if it's within the price range and if it's feasible. And usually it is, because people know, it's not their first rodeo either. So
Right.
so uh and when it tells the story, that's just, yeah, that's so much fun.
So did they give you that kind of direction? They were looking for
No, he said three characters. I came up with the title for the book. I came up with the dialogues. Uh, I just wanted to do. I think he hinted at the fact that he wanted something of a like the old romance,
hmm
but not as much as I pushed it to, which he was really happy about, because we've done pieces before, and so we kind of like, we don't have to talk too much to explain, and I know the vibe, and it's always nice when people who commission respond positively to the suggestions you make, and yeah, it's really fun.
Well, it's always good when you have a client that you've worked with before, you know what they like and don't like, and you can just kind of lean
Mhm.
into that. I think
I
that's
mean, overall, I've
always
been pretty much I've been very fortunate with the people who come to me and ask, and yeah, it's we we're all sharing the same nerdiness and the same passion for the medium, and so yeah, it's there's always a level where we're on the same page, and there's enough trust on both ends, and once this is passed, then we have fun.
well. Rocky in the chat says your birds of prey
Rocky
covers are way
Rocky is Rocky is amazing. Rocky, when you watch my videos on Instagram, and there's that drum roll that's with the opening score of the
yep.
20th Century Sucks, 21st Century Sucks. There's a drum roll like the 20th Century Fox thing, and it's like somebody messing up, fumbling with the drumsticks, and that's him. He did that for me. I
Oh, very
asked him, and he said, "Oh hell yeah, let's do this." And whenever I can use it, oh my god, this always puts a smile on my face.
that's awesome. Collaboration's always good, right? Especially when
Yeah, yeah, no,
you
it's
have
it's
friends like
it's
that.
one of the things that makes it. We're very fortunate, whether it's with inkers, colorists, writers. It's just amazing. I mean, when my best friend, I was mentioning earlier, that the one that gets me out of the studio, when I was doing storyboards in animation and I was stagnating, I was working on shows that were so uninspiring in France. She was looking over my shoulder and she was seeing me drawing those pinups and stuff, and she goes, "Steph, one day you'll be, those guys you always talk about. What's their name?" I said, "Paul Dini, Bruce Tim." "Yeah, those guys. Yeah, one day you'll be like, they'll be sitting next to you. You'll be sitting next to them. You'll be. They'll tap on your shoulder." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, woman? You're like." And guess what? She throws it in my face every time she gets a chance, because it happened working on Zatanna. going to San Diego and sitting at the table with Joyce, with Art, with Bruce, and when I told her that, she goes, "What did I tell you?" And you know, she's Sicilian. She's half Sicilian, half Italian. So she's like, "What did I tell you?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah,
You better listen to me next time.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, she's a good, very good person, and yeah, I listen to what she says. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's wise.
After that, I paid attention.
Well, yeah, I saw we've had a few commissions come in, so that's always nice. I'll put the link back in the chat one more time so everybody has it, and I'll add it to the show description after we're done here. So anybody who's watching the show after the fact will know how to get over to the OAX.art website and commission Stephane yourself. Now, you know, we weren't just going to limit ourselves to this. You did send me some works in progress, some stuff that you've got going on. And you've covered up the naughty bits really well. I did look through some of those. It's all good. It's all
Did you
we
have
can
fun?
show it all here on the channel tonight.
Yeah, I made sure that it would be viable after the fact, after
Right.
we've done the live, that it's safe for you to show. And I actually had a little fun with it because on a couple, I think on one I really went overboard because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I saw one that had like five
Yeah.
bits covered, and I'm like, I'm trying to look at like, what is he covering in there?
And it's still and you can still see the image. And if you want to see it all, you're gonna have to get the book. That's for sure.
Very good. Well, where do you want to start? You know, we've got a few things here to talk about.
What would you be? Do you want to start with that book, or?
Well, I mean, I kind of like the the one that has the photograph of you in front of a Christmas tree is rather.
Oh yes, RoboStar.
RoboStar, exactly. I think you
Yes,
should tell everybody
RoboStar.
about that.
Yeah, so RoboStar is something that I dug out. I found some footage of an old anime actually from the 70s, completely lost. And my team and I are trying to clean up all the dust and the cracks on the animation cells and stuff, and we're restoring the footage. And my plan is to turn it into a graphic novel. So basically, we are cleaning up all the animation cells, all the material that exploitable, and framing it into panels and redesigning when necessary and redrawing. But we're using the backgrounds and stuff, and we're gonna present it in a graphic novel form.
So you're taking, the old story from beginning to the end,
Following the first season.
Okay.
And taking shortcuts and editing, basically drawing, redrawing, coloring, recoloring, and putting it in frame so it's interesting in terms of storytelling.
Okay. I think we have like a little video clip of some of the work.
Yes, there's the footage that I managed to clean. The footage that I managed to dust off already and put together. Just a few little things.
One question before we dive into that is, but you're
I am
drawing
the whole thing. Yeah, I'm drawing the redrawing, cleaning, redrawing, painting the backgrounds and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's take a look at that. Here we go.
So yeah, basically, you saw a few scenes that froze, and that's what is the book's going to look like. It's going to be some faces were updated to make it look more modern, but keep that old school, old anime vibe, you know.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's fun. It's I keep saying this. I normally I come downstairs in the morning and I'm singing a happy song and I'm whistling a happy tune because I know I'm gonna be drawing sexy pinup girls and stuff. And for the last 2 years, it's shifted to coming downstairs and whistling because I know I'm gonna be drawing those, you know, robots and characters that before Superman, before Spider-Man, those were my heroes.
Hmm.
Exactly. It's a love letter. The whole project is a love letter to the Shogun Warriors. In the US, they were known as the Shogun Warriors. We had them in a more limited form. We only had one big one that aired in France, and we got the bug right away. And
You know,
and then
I
we
missed
found
that.
the
I had to watch a lot of that on VHS and reruns because
yeah.
it I don't, I mean, that era was just after I stopped really watching,
Mhm.
Saturday morning cartoons and,
Yeah,
and
it's
after
like
stuff.
it's here. I think it was called the Force Five
Mm,
shows. It was on syndication, so you had actually more than we had Battle of Planets a few years after, but we had Grandizer, for example. That's
mhm.
the one we had. And in Italy and in Spain and Portugal and in Israel, in the Emirates, they had way more. We only had that one, and we got the bug right away.
Well, I did always like Battle of the Planets. I will say that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That was one of my favorites. But here we
Yeah,
got
that was
some images here. I mean, here you go.
cool. Yeah, yeah. Christmas '77.
Look at that. I mean, uh, what is that?
Look at that cute
Like,
face.
yep. And you even got,
Not really knowing what's happening.
are those 8-track tapes in the back there?
Yeah.
Is that like a spinner rack for him? My
Hmm.
goodness.
And then 20 years later, it was the CDs, right?
Hmm. I think I still have one of those in the attic.
So yeah, on the project, I play with a little pinup illustrations and stuff, and I try to keep that '70s vibe also
Hmm.
in terms of colors, settings, and
Kind of graphic style there in the background.
yeah,
It feels very
yeah.
70s.
Like one of the character in the book has a handlebar mustache. He's the professor, the leader of the space center, and in those shows back in the '70s, the professors that were running the show always had a mustache. They were always, except mine is also a killer on the dance floor because on comes Friday night, he goes to the disco, and yeah, 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 or so he thinks. He's killing on the floor.
Right. He's a legend in his own mind, right? But
Exactly.
yeah, I'm sure this is going to be very fun. I mean, the whole idea of trying to, look at an old show like that, clean it up, convert
Hmm.
the story into a comic. I mean, it's got to
And
be
the
a bit of
backgrounds, the
work. How
backgrounds
long
were
you been
done,
working on
like traditionally, like painted and stuff digitally,
that? Hmm.
enhanced, and the characters have flat colors because that's what cartoons, animes were, and cartoons in general were about.
How long have you been working on this project?
It's hard to say because, like I said, I had many commissions, gigs in between. So whenever I get the chance, I would work on a page, and it goes pretty fast actually. Working on a page, I can put a page like this together in between 8 and 16 hours
Hmm.
from start to finish, from layout, stick figures to putting the text in the balloons.
Did you hire your brother to do any editorial work for you?
No, he's in France and he's busy with. He's got his own family to to focus on. So yeah, yeah. But there
I
is
like.
a few nods in the book of toys and things that either if you're in the US or in Europe, you might have known from that era, or if you collect old toys, you might have. See this motorcycle on the image? I
Hmm.
put it there because in that era, around that time, every freaking anime hero had a, a killer motorcycle. There's actually a folder I think that you have where the other guys from other shows uh, they have their own bike. I collected a few references because I wanted to keep that vibe. Because back then it seemed like I was too young to acknowledge that, but back then having a cool bike like this was like the thing, was the dream for some reason. You know, every generation had their own, and that was that was the thing. You had a bike.
So you're going to be, making, adults reminisce about their childhood.
Yes, yes,
That's
and hopefully
partially what you're
introduce younger
doing and what you want
generations
them to
to this
experience.
is how it was. Yeah. Yeah, here's the Space Center professor with his
Oh,
handlebar
that's
mustache and his perm,
wow.
which holds pretty well under the rain, surprisingly. Yeah,
Well, he's got a good hairdresser, that's for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, Doghouse wanted to know if you're doing all the colors as well.
yes, I do. I do everything on this. I do the writing, the colors, the line art, and the yeah the editing, the cleaning, and the all that stuff. The putting together the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, when you're the master of your domain with this thing, you can pretty much uh, drive it however you want. But yeah, that'd be
Hmm.
fun.
On this one, on the last panel, and that's like there's a lot of those little Easter eggs. There's a nod to Toriyama with that little car.
Hmm.
There's things in there like for if that's your vibe, if that's the kind of things you're interested in, you might see some fun stuff. Even the tropes, the situations, might ring a bell and stuff because basically it's a love letter. It's at the same time poking fun at some of the inconsistencies of um, any shows from that era and stuff. So yeah, it's and the tone is a little bit more like we're bringing up subjects and stuff, topics and stuff that are kind of like a little bit more serious. There's going to be a lot of action, but there was also going to be a lot of fun. Like for example, the 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 alien invading race has to go through uh, Earth speaking languages classes because when they plan to invade, they have to make sure they practice, the language so they can blend in, and that's actually going to be a source of being able to spot them because they don't speak good, you know.
Right. Yeah, I like this last panel because you've treated the background almost like an animation background, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
yeah,
loose, done exactly like that, and then with the characters and the bike and the in the car on it look like an animation cell. I mean, like something
yeah,
you would
yeah,
you would
yeah.
pick up that way. That's fun.
Oh, the one the panel up top with the nurses, the one with the pink hair is actually a nod to a character from another anime from the 70s. And it's a nod to a show that the girls would watch. The guys would watch the Giant Robot, the Shogun Warriors shows, and the
Uh-huh.
girls would watch Candy Candy, and that's kind of like a nod to Candy Candy because she in the show she became a nurse. So the one with the pink hair is yeah, and there's always of course the like the naughty humor, because the other nurse with the glove is of course she's gonna have her fun too.
Yeah, she's ready for action. But again, same thing on there where the backgrounds are really soft, just like you'd expect in
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
an animation cell. So no, I think I love it. I love it. And even kind of carrying over the background from
Mm-hmm.
there with the
Yeah,
hospital.
because it's kind of like a continuation in animation. You would
Right.
have
I don't feel you're cheating doing that because you're keeping that anime
yeah,
animation style
you're reusing
throughout it.
the tools and the technique of animation. Like you're zooming in, and
Hmm.
you're and if you look, there's a change of perspective on the bed. So there was some rework on the bed because
Sure.
the base with the
That's
frame on the
true.
side is on a
Yep.
different angle. So everything is readjusted so that it fits the perspective.
Hmm.
These are the hardest scenes to come by, the night shots, because I want to keep it kind of like realistic, and at the same time I don't want to put too many colors on the characters and stuff. But it's a fine line between the two, and yeah, it's. He's going. I keep saying that on this image on the last panel that he's going to White Castle, the burger
Right
place.
at the end. Well, yeah, we've all seen that movie. Oh man. And then look at this. An ad for a RoboStar 77.
Yeah, kind of like those old, jumbo Shogun warriors. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I had fun doing that. Thinking of the mechanism. See, this is like an old cell with the markings on the top, the animation references, and then you got the paint that doesn't go all the way. You got the peg bar holes. This one hasn't been
It's a lot of
cleaned
work,
yet.
Stefan. Yeah. You've got a large task in front of you that
Yeah.
So this is cool. What's this image from?
This one is kind of like a mock-up of a faux advertising poster like they used to do in the 70s. So you got the English version, you got the Italian version, and then you got the French version. That's the French version. And those posters were really, really, sometimes the composition was off. There was always like huge pieces of, of unused space, so I was trying to recreate that, and the inspiration for the head of the robot is a mix between the French Napoleon National Guard and a samurai helmet. It's a mix between the two.
Well, it seems like you've kind of you got a project here that can have a lot of like this could be a poster as part of it. I mean, there's a lot of
Oh yeah. This is going to be part of the bonuses we're going to put at the end of the book and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on which country you support the campaign from, you're going to be this is the full Monty. This is the one where this is like movie poster.
You can get the guy with the good hair in it too.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to be there. He's like the father figure of the two characters, the two heroes. So this one is a good example of the influences that I've had over the whole process of the book. This is the exact same angle from another show that I discovered while doing my research on the anime and on the genre, the robots. There was a show in the Philippines that was very popular, and at the end credits, they had an angle like this with the robot and the heroes on his shoulders, staring at the sunset. And I recreated that shot because I really love that show. I like 6 years ago, I didn't know it existed. I found it online. I started watching it. I fell in love with the concept. It was actually way better than the one we had when I was 8, the one that I got really fond of when I was in France when I was a kid. The story for that Voltus 5 was really, really good. So I kind of like wanted to pay homage to that one too, and mixing all the good influences that I found in the other giant robot stories. And so there's going to be nods to all the other ones in the course of the books that are going to be coming up. See, this is the comparison between the two. The one at the bottom is Voltus 5, and the one on top is what I did of it. Same angle, same reference, and
this is
a continuation of the love letter principle.
I mean, I'm sure you're enjoying the research that's been going into this project.
Oh man, yeah, it's I keep telling me it's not falling into a rabbit hole. It's research. It's work.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like one of the opening pages. It's going to have text on it and stuff, but it's to give you an idea of how far the research went. I wanted to have a wallpaper that screamed 70s. I wanted to have a TV that screamed 70s. The yarn thing on the side. The little toy in the front is one of the toys that we had with my brother. It was issued also in the US, but those are French model cars. And then you got the nail and yarn frame on the wall. Which was
I did a few of those in my time.
Right, right. I
And I
had to do one for
also had those
Father's
smash
Day. It
up
was a
cars.
hot air balloon. Yeah.
Yeah, and those cars that you would drive at one another just to see them smash.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that was so
Yes,
fun.
with
Yeah,
the thing, and you would pull it, and then you got the ramp. Yeah.
entertainment was a lot simpler in the
Oh man,
70s.
we play with for hours with my brother with these ones.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and the wallpaper was created by a friend I made on Instagram who does design for wallpapers, and I asked her if I could use one of her patterns because it was so perfect for that. So I put it in the back. Stacy designs, and she's got so many awesome designs, and she was game for it. The TV was all made from scratch. Everything was digitally painted, and the TV was made from scratch. It's yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah, fun research here,
fun
definitely.
research. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and the fonts they're so simple. They're
Yeah,
so
like they were back then. It was there.
exactly.
They were like very, yeah. No, no, I did my homework. I did my homework for sure.
Mhm. You too can be a super robot.
Yeah, which doesn't mean a thing, but that's the kind of catchphrase that they would put back in the days. And I don't know if it was the case in English, but in French, they would pull that one. Like, yeah, you can be a robot. What? Oh,
Exactly what every kid dreams of. And then we had the Power Rangers after that. Totally changed everything.
yes. Which, speaking of which, the guy that brought Grandizer to France is Haim Saban. He helped with the team that
Really?
brought the Grandizer to, and he wrote the score for the French version,
Hmm.
and that was a huge overnight success. And that's what allowed him to start his business and make his company bigger. And then he brought the Power Rangers to the US. He was my first boss in animation.
Really?
When he had, yeah, he opened a branch when I came out of animation school. That was my first job. He had opened a branch in Paris, and he had hired for director of the studio, Bruno Bianchi, who's the guy who created the design for Inspector Gadget.
Hmm.
And that guy hired me, and his financial director had one of those Shogun Warriors toys that was on her desk, and I would say hi to her every morning when I got there. And little did I know that 20 something years later, I would buy that from an antique store, and it was the one that she owned
Oh, wow.
because the owner of the store was her nephew. And he looked familiar at first, and I didn't quite connect the dots, but I saw that Grandizer. I'm like, oh, dude, this one is in pristine condition. I'm going to buy it. So I get in the store. I start talking to the guy. I'm like, he looks familiar. And I can't put it together. I said, so what's the story behind that toy? And he goes, oh, funny enough, it belonged to my aunt. She worked with the guy that wrote the credit song for. I'm like, are you talking about Jacqueline? He said, you know my aunt? I'm like, yeah, that was my boss for 2 years and a half. And so I'm like, I'm getting this one. I don't know how I didn't even negotiate. I grabbed it, and it's right now it's in the back of my studio. It's got all the rockets, it's got the instructions in Japanese. The only thing I'm missing is the original box.
Hmm. So what did you do for Saban? I mean, what kind of design work did you do for them?
We worked on shows that were mostly for the French speaking countries.
Okay.
I worked on a show that aired in syndication here, but it was like it didn't mean a thing to air here in France. It was based on a famous popular kids singer for kids songs. A big guy, big frame. He was always laughing, always joking, and always singing very silly, funny songs for kids.
Hmm.
And so that was my first job. I did the main character designs. I did some designs for the backgrounds. I painted some of the background. Back in those days, we were a handful of 6 guys on the studio, so we could do anything we wanted. We could switch from one department to the other, and that's where I indulge in my ADHD without knowing it. So it messed me up for the rest of my career.
Well, it sounds like an interesting, group to work with.
Oh yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at some more folders here with art in them, and I see this cocktails and curves.
Oh
Folder.
yeah, that was this year's big project. It's a cocktail book. It's a cocktail recipe book, and the recipes are showcased by pinup girls.
Wait,
and we did initially a small limited edition, numbered, with a blue cover, and now and after that we did a Zoop campaign with a new cover and the same material inside. It has 20 recipes. It has a mocktail recipe. The other ones are fun cocktails to make, and it was written by my buddy, my partner in crime, Jeremy Staples, and he wrote the recipe. He wrote the fun facts. He wrote the backstory of how the cocktail was created. It's interesting and fun to read as much as to look at the images. Hopefully.
so these are all unique.
Oh yeah,
There's-
those are unique creations specifically made for the book, in relation with the cocktail, and trying to tell a story that's kind of like making a reference for this one, for example, Aviator cocktail. I try to make it like Terry and the Pirates, like the shadow of a plane flying over.
Oh yeah.
And I was so happy with how I was able to render in Photoshop the transparency of the glass, which physically can't work because the glass would spill, obviously, but the transparency of the liquid and the glass over the ground and her body, that was really I'm really happy with how this one turned out. This is the Beachcomber, and yeah, that one's a little bit more cartoony in proportions. There's a little bit of humor in the situation there, and yeah, same thing. Digital painted backgrounds, and the characters line art is drawn separate. And so that was the first. That was the first. Uh, the first book. We're gonna do another one in the course of next year. So that's the cover for the current edition that's going on right now. That the ones that people subscribed for under Zoop, a Zoop campaign.
Mm-hmm.
This is the copy of the book. This is the cover. This is the cover of the limited edition. Actually, this one is missing there was like drops of water running over the glass, and we made it spot foil. So it's kind of like shiny and makes it
right. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that one's candy cane.
This also belongs in the Christmas book.
Yeah, that could be in the Christmas book. Yeah, this one is Commando, obviously, and yeah, those were fun to make. So the new batch of some of those were digitally drawn. The majority of it was digitally drawn. For the next one, all the art is going to be drawn on paper. There's going to be original art that you can hold in your hand and own. This one was one of the few that was drawn on paper, and we brought it to New York last year, and it flew off the table right away.
Well, I can see why. I mean, it's got a fun EC vibe to it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Woman,
that was fun. I love old horror movies and stuff, and the old EC comics and stuff. So yeah, that was Cuba Libre. Yeah, the one. Yeah, that gun was a piece of work, literally. This one is actually based on a cocktail that was created in a bar in Paris. That's the only true American bar in Paris. It's by the Opera, between the Opera and the Louvre, and it's called Harry's Bar, and that's where they created the French 75 and the Blue Lagoon cocktail. And so I redrew the whole facade for the bar. And next time I go to France, I'll make sure to bring a couple of copies just to show them.
Right. You like projects with research. That's what I'm hearing.
I mean, I think everybody who's in that field, I think there's always a little bit of research that speaks to us more than.
Mm-hmm.
and that's what makes it. It's not that we would lose the interest or anything. It's just that it's a bonus. It's a bonus. It's like, oh wait, that is so cool. You know? Harvey Wallbanger. Yep.
Yeah, that's very nice with the World Series going on right now. That's
Mhm.
an appropriate
You would
image,
have to
right?
talk to Jeremy, who wrote the book about this, because I don't follow sports.
Ah,
He would be able to tell you about this piece in particular, and the whole game thing, because he loves the Brewers and he goes to the games and stuff. And yeah.
there you go. CJ thinks it's a great idea. I do too.
Yeah. This so the previous one was based on Jeremy's wife, and we surprised her by drawing her as the batter, and that's her favorite cocktail. So she didn't know. So when she opened the book, she burst in laughter because she enjoyed it so much. And yeah, that was a surprise for her, that she was drawn with her favorite cocktail. And this one, the Manhattan, is actually the best friend I was talking about earlier.
Hmm.
That's based on her.
Very nice. Well, now we know that you and Jeremy can keep a secret. So you're going to keep things
No,
from.
no. That's no secret. It's the backstories that make it exciting.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Margarita,
Very fitting.
Blue Lagoon. There you go. This one was actually drawn in Tahiti. The actual art was drawn in Tahiti.
Wow.
And that's my new favorite cocktail. I used to be a Mai Tai guy,
Uh-huh.
and I found the painkiller. I had a very, very good one in Florida, and I was like, okay, that's my next drink. Yeah.
The painkiller, huh? Is that it? That sounds like a concoction that Jimmy, would have come up with.
It's very sweet. I have a sweet tooth. That's my kryptonite, and this one is no exception. Yes. So Mai Tai would be more like the Hawaiian pronunciation of it. Yeah. Mai
Hmm.
Tai is in Polynesian, in French Polynesian, in Polynesian, it means everything's all right. That could be a what's his name, the actor. All right, all right, all right. That could be his drink. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. A little fun after hours, I guess, right there.
Mhm. Oh, this one. So this one, the White Russian, I knew of that artist that I love. I put a few files after that one, of Ivan Bilibin, who was a 1910, 1900 Russian artist.
Hmm.
And I wanted to do that illustration in the style, kind of like in the style of what he did. I even signed my name in Russian at the bottom. But I drew it in the style. When you see the other images, it'll all make sense. But I also put that obvious, not so hidden Easter egg of the pattern on the guy's coat is actually the pattern of the dude from The Big Lebowski.
Yep.
And because that's actually one of the things that brought the White Russian drink back in fashion. It was in the movie.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
some good one.
I had fun. I had fun drawing that one in the. That's the thing. I can't stay in place. I got to play with the medium. I got to play with the different techniques. And oh yeah. I see one Marvel fan 707. Yeah, the woman have a classic Frazetta vibe. That's because that's what I. It's one of the very first artists that I got to discover his work when I was 15, 16. A friend of mine who was a painter and illustrator brought his books from France to Tahiti. And after having them for so many years, he decided to share with me because he saw that I would put them to good use. So I got a couple of Boris Vallejo books, paintings, and a Frankfurt Zeta, and I was sold right away.
Well, that's great to. You don't know this, but on Tuesday I got to go to Boris and Julie Bell's studio.
Uh-huh.
along with Tatiana and Kazra,
Oh man, yeah,
and then
he
we went to
was,
the Frazetta Museum on Wednesday. So that
dude.
was,
Yeah, Boris Vallejo was one of my first influence.
yeah,
I heard about his work and I saw his work before I saw Frazetta, but then when I saw Frazetta, I was like, oh man, yeah, okay, this is okay. There's a pool of artists like that know how to draw it. I should learn. I should try to learn a thing or two from them.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah. It was very nice getting to see. I've seen some of his originals before at the show, that IX show, but not vintage works. And he had a few pieces from the '70s on the
Uh-huh.
wall and kind of the dining room, and yeah, it was awesome. Very very kind of interesting experience. And then to get to see a lot of the paintings that both he and Julie are working on currently.
Yeah, man, that's
Very
like,
neat.
yeah, that's a match made in heaven when they work those two together. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I see the messages on the comments here. Mai Tai Roa. Mai Tai Roa in Tahitian means everything is really, really good. And they go like hang loose like this. Yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Tahiti for 10 years, 9 to 19, or as I call it, the worst childhood ever. Yeah, these are the drawings from Ivan Billy Bean. So it gives you an idea of where my influences were.
right. No, you really kind of interpreted it really well, I think, and added your humor to it too, which was great. Here's
Yeah,
a
that's another one. I didn't have time to do all the framing
hmm
around, but that's something that I would have loved to, because I would, if I was to do the frame around, I would have put some Easter eggs, some like a little game for the viewer to to look. I didn't have time. Maybe on the 10-year anniversary edition, I'll add some stuff around. Yeah,
you might
that's
have
the
a little
three.
extra time to do that. No, yeah. Well, that would have been fun. I mean, that you I could I can't even imagine, but there probably would have been a lot of fun little Easter eggs that you could have dropped in there
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
as
No,
well.
I just love doing that stuff. Actually, in the Christmas book that we're going to talk about next,
Hmm
I've put a few of them. And in the RoboStar project too, there's like a few things hidden there that are going to be fun too. And the solution is going to be on one of the pages at the end of the book for the RoboStar. You're going to have like the solution for all the Easter eggs where they're hidden and stuff. So it's going to be like a little game, you know. There's going to be a lot of stuff on that book. 68 pages for the first one, and then for the following issues, it's going to be even more, like 120 or something.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So, so tell me about this Christmas book, the one because there's a lot of censored images in the Christmas.
Yeah, brace yourself, guys. Put the kids to bed while I'm introducing the thing.
It's
But
after 10 here on the
it's
East Coast.
it's it's actually we were approached by Sora Sung on in Raleigh. We were at a show. Was it Raleigh or Richmond? Jeremy, are you around? My brain is like a big fuzz now. It's a big mess. So we were at a dinner with Sora, and she was talking to us about the project of a book that she had for Charlotte. That was in Charlotte. See, I was even completely out. It was not Raleigh. It was not Richmond. It was Charlotte. Um, and thank you, Jerry. So, uh, yeah, she was talking about putting together a book with different artists, with an illustration of a famous Christmas song, and it would have to be a sexy pinup rendition, connected to the song. And I was talking with her today, and she confirmed that initially her idea was to do a collected book with just the art, one piece of art per artist in it.
Mhm.
And then the project shifted to the art is going to be on the cover of each artist's book. And inside, you put whatever images you want to promote your own creativity and your own. So there's going to be a lot more pinups by all the artists involved. One is Ali Garza, the other one is Garrett Gunn, the other one is Elias Chatsoudis, and Sora
Wow.
and myself. And so this is all going to be put together with a cover of each of us, and it's going to be bundled into mystery bags, and people can grab those when we'll make the proper announcement. and you'll get a couple of those, more than a couple of those in those bags, and you don't know what you'll get. You'll get a little bit of everything, and then you can find and track down the other ones if you want to have the whole collection. So that is my cover, based on the Blue Christmas song.
Yeah, this was not Disney approved. I can
It
tell.
was not Disney approved, but who cares?
That's
This is a
beautiful.
chocolate candy Santa Claus, and the mouse. I don't know if mice eat candy, but I don't care. It's
That's that's a great image to have as your cover. And so you pretty much have the liberty to just do whatever you wanted, right?
oh yeah. So it was I was the last one crafted on the project, so I had to run fast. I had to respond fast, and I did another piece initially for the cover, but I was a little bit more strong with the I'm going to draw a piece that's in relation with the song, and it didn't need to be that connected to the song. So when I saw what the other artists had done, I shifted a little bit and I did a new piece, completely new, and I decided to focus on the connection between the warm tones and the cold tones, keeping it blue, but balancing it out with the flesh tones that are a good complement, because it's the matching color in the spectrum of colors. That skin tone has a little bit of orange to it, and that's how it responds with the blue colors in the thing. I had a blast doing the shoes and the shadow on the fuzzy white area. I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, no, it came out fantastic. I know everybody's wanting me to zoom in on this one, Stephane. There we go. There you
The
go.
fold of the fuzzy thing on her hip, where it falls on her hips and it breaks, that is my favorite part. Right on the, yeah.
Well, it's a very good cover. It's going to catch your eye.
Thank you. This one is going to have the title also on the inside. That's the first page, kind of like a real book that has the title repeated inside.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that one's drawn in more in a cartoony style. And I wanted
It's
to
got a
have,
very Mel Blanc kind of vibe
yes,
going on there.
yeah, no, Chuck Jones,
Oh,
yeah,
Chuck Jones. I'm sorry,
Chuck
Chuck
Jones,
Jones.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Mel
sorry.
Blanc does the voice, but yeah, the
Yes,
two are
sorry. I'm
associated
thinking I
so
see the
closely.
name, right?
You could
Yeah,
you could hear them talk. You could hear
of
them talk.
course.
You could hear the little dog saying something with the voice of Mel Blanc. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fun because a lot of those cartoons would have those simple line art backgrounds. Remember a lot of
Yes,
think
yeah,
about
I
Pink
love those.
Panther.
Yeah,
You get those just simple French kind of feel for the
yeah.
backgrounds on those. Yeah, I love this one. Huh. Oh, here we go. Now we've
That's
got
the one.
the censored
That's
bit. Yeah,
the
you put a
one.
lot of pens on this
Yeah.
one.
You don't see much, but you get the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good tool to block out things you don't want to see. Um, how does this fit into the tits the season?
Oh, it was just because I knew as of now there wouldn't be any opportunity to have this one printed anytime soon.
Mhm.
And I wanted to let it out. I wanted to show it, show that I can draw, other stuff. And it was fun. It's based on a friend who's a cosplayer, and we were talking about how it's impossible to not have a malfunction, dress malfunction with the Vampirella costume. So it's safer to make it work in art on 2-dimensional rendering, and because the color red was there, I'm like, you know what, Santa. She's the Santa of vampires.
Yeah, the Vampirella and Red Sonja were like the two first characters cosplayed. I always thought that was tough choices right there.
Yeah.
Costumes
They're
that
both
are
challenging in
doomed to
different
have
ways.
something go wrong with them.
Hmm
Aw. I almost don't want the pen on this one. I want to, I want to see the full illustration.
Well, this one is going to come up. It's going to be the cover for a book later, much later. That's only going to revolve around girls and dinosaurs. Can't go wrong with that one.
Not at all. No, I'm
And
intrigued.
again, the Frazetta major influence. The reason why I like Cave Girls, Jungle Girls is because of Frazetta, hands down.
Mhm.
That's just, yeah.
Well, all of Frazetta's women were very curvy, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. And they were,
Well
yeah,
fed.
yeah. No, it's, yeah, there's not one that, yeah, you could discard or dismiss. It's like, yeah, everything is good in what he does.
All right, very strategically posed pens here as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You have to keep it family friendly.
Yeah, the published version will be uncensored. Everybody, just so you
Oh,
know.
yeah. No, that's just for so it could make it through on the video for sure.
Marcus says I have to buy the book to see it without the pens on it.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah. And
That
the
is very
book's
true,
gonna be
Marcus.
called "Tits the Season." That was the title they came up with, "Tits the Season," and we're gonna be, whether it's a Sora song or a Garrett Gunn or Ali Garza or myself, we're gonna promote heavily on our social media soon, when in the weeks to come. Yeah.
So it's going to be available soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we are actually dropping the files as we speak, and it's going to be printed in a day or two. This was inspired by the black tape project, which is something that I heard about on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
where kind of like supermodels and are covered with tape by the designer who does all the shapes and forms and stuff. And I try to reach out to those guys and say, hey, we could do a drawn version of those designs and stuff, and never heard back. But so I decided to just put those two, the couple I have in the project in the book here, so that people can at least see them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember when those pictures were on social media. You don't usually do a double take when you see models on a runway, but when you see models on a runway covered in electrical tape,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. At first, it was just
you
black
pause
tape.
a little bit.
It was
Yeah,
just black tape, and you go, "Oh wow!" And then they started to have that mirror effect, reflecting tape that catches the colors of the rainbow and stuff. And in the sunset, it makes for beautiful pictures. So yeah, and that was fun to do. This is the one I started with. This is the first one I did, and I didn't recreate a design that was existing. I created my own. These are all original design creations. This is another project that I have for a book that's only going to be cartoony pinups, and it's the sun goddesses. And yeah, I'm playing with. I wanted to have as many as possible on that page, and that's going to be the double spread in the middle of the book. So I put them. That's my attempt at drawing something a little bit more like Japanese anime manga, but with a rendering that's a little bit more, sophisticated. I really had a blast working on the pool colors and the reflections and stuff. I love doing that stuff.
yeah, that's very, very realistic with the tiles kind of warping. And the glass again, you've thrown in a glass.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you gotta have a cocktail by the pool. Come on,
Of course.
no shoes and a cocktail.
There you go. The plan is for the blind bundle of the Tits the Season books to be available on each Artist Whatnot show the first week of December. There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a few whatnot sessions too, where we're gonna talk about it, and of course on my Instagram it's gonna be.
Did you do a lot of whatnot? I guess I'm not.
We do. We try to do it on a regular basis, every other week. We have one tomorrow, actually, tomorrow night,
Oh, cool.
with Jeremy, and I draw live. We pull out some sketches, some comps, and signed, and I draw live and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I've not watched a lot of whatnot, but I wouldn't mind seeing. Well, it's tomorrow
And
night, you said.
when I started doing this, that's when I reached out to you, actually, shortly after,
Mm.
because it made me think that, I was like, okay, we're doing this on Whatnot, but we should be doing this on Comic Art Fans.
Yes, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, we've had some good conversations about that. That
Uh-huh.
that was fun. I remember I was actually at IX. I sat down and talked to you for like a half hour about all that. That's I appreciate that, and yeah, they'll
Oh man,
be.
I would sign up for that. Yeah,
Mhm.
in the
Well,
blink of an eye. I was, yeah.
yeah. Well, this is the start right here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Little by little, you know.
So wait, so, I have chickens now too, right? So what does she say? I'm only here for the eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a 4 egger day yesterday. I've got 7 hens out back. I got 4 eggs in one day. I have to eat scrambled eggs now every single day, or I'm
Oh
gonna have
wow.
to like start make a little stand out front and give them away. I didn't I didn't really quite think this through. Seven hens is gonna give me about 5 eggs a day once they're all in.
Oh
But
man. Yeah.
oh, look, this is the cover image, right?
Yeah. Well, no, this is a variation actually.
Oh, it is a variation. You're right. There's no Santa Claus.
This one is actually the one that will come at the end of it's the interior back cover. It's the interior back cover, and she has a letter to Krampus in her hand.
Ah, nice.
And she's a little bit more, God knows what she did of her lingerie. I don't know. I don't want to know.
No, you don't ask questions when you see a woman like this.
Yeah, you don't like, you're like, blah, 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 blah. That's it.
Oh man, did the women in Tahiti look like this?
Yeah, some, yeah. I mean, it's a different it's a different approach to how free you can be. Man, I have so many stories. Going to biology class when you're 16 and there's a field trip and you go on a platform of reef that's close to the shore,
Hmm.
and it's big enough that all the students have an assigned segment to study the fauna and the flora, because we can walk on that reef and there's only a little bit of water, like that much water, right? But because it's close to a deeper end, at the other end, the temperature of the water varies and things grow differently on every assigned segment, right? So there's like 16, 17 of us, right?
Hmm.
And actually, I was 17. Yeah, I was 17. And so we go to that assignment early in the morning. And of course, there's one of the most beautiful girl of the school. She's in my class. She's a friend of mine. Actually, she was in our class too, and she's a friend of mine. And she's paired with another friend, and I'm paired with another guy. And the minute we get there, I kid you not, we take our flip flops off. We start walking on the reef. We took our flip flops. They did more than take their flip flops. They took the top off and they just did their study. So, of course, all the other guys' study was not thorough, to say the least. We missed a few spots on that assigned segment that we needed to study, with the coral,
Wow.
with the algae, with the seashells, whatever. We missed a lot because we were not focused.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
That
yeah.
did not happen in Northeast Ohio. I can tell you that. Yeah, did not see anything like that growing up. Wow. Yeah, class assignments are pretty boring.
Yeah, before we got back on the bus, we all had to dip our head in the cold water on the cold end of the, just to, get back to
Hmm.
our senses, for sure.
Right. Wow. Wow. That's a good story. And you have a million of them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, there's plenty. There's the ones I can't tell. So yeah, come to the table next time I'm at the OAX, and I'll
Mhm.
tell you some stories.
That is true. Yeah, we're going to be working on the floor plan soon. We're
Hmm.
kind of a general idea right now, but yeah, I think this the next week or so we're going
Hmm.
to get all that finalized and figured
Yeah.
out. Well, I never say finalized, but yeah, our space is much bigger than it was the first 2 years.
The first time I heard about it was the first year you did it,
Hmm.
and right away I kept hearing good things about the show. Right off the bat, it was all everybody that came back was all ecstatic about the thing. So yeah.
That's been the overall vibe. I mean, it's just fun, right? I mean, we're
Uh-huh.
as art collectors, it's the exact show that we'd want to go to, I
And
think.
that's yeah, that's the thing. It's the show that connects what you see on the website, what you like about the medium is like getting your hands or your eyes on actual piece of art that is made for that medium that you love so much.
Exactly. And you have the artists there, of course, and the art dealers, and people have
Mhm.
seen so much of this art on CAF, whether they're browsing art for sale or looking in people's
Mhm.
galleries, and then you go to OAX and you get to see it all in person. And that's
Not only you can see it in on person, but you can actually physically talk to the people
right.
who either know about the story of the page or you know I don't collect much. I have a few pages. I was not able to find them because they're in boxes and in portfolios that are locked for now because I'm moving stuff. But I have for example, I have 2 pages of Alan Davis. One from was it Bloodlust, the Wolverine Bloodlust
I believe
one
that's
shot,
right.
the
Yeah.
one where he meets those creatures in the snow. They're like spirits. They're like skinny Wendigos. And I think Mark Farmer was inking it, or was it? No, it was Mark Farmer. Yeah, and it was a one shot, like flexible, not the regular comic book cover, like a harder, like a cardboard kind of like cover.
Hmm.
And I got a page from Excalibur.
Oh, nice.
I got a page from Excalibur because back in those days when they were drawing one page joke, one page gag, and it was running jokes like Rachel burst in an old castle and she punches a troll in the face because he's holding one of her friends captive. And there's another page where it happens the same way. It's Captain Britain, I think, coming in, and yeah. So I got one of those where they were still sticking the balloons with the glue sticks, and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you can read. You can actually read the dialogues. It tells a story in itself. It's fun, and the inking and the penciling and the inking, the staging is just amazing. Then I got an Alex Saviuk Spider-Man daily comic strip.
Uh-huh.
One.
You keep naming people who are guests of the 2026
Oh
show.
yeah, no, Alex is awesome. He came to a show years ago. He came to a show in Milwaukee,
Uh-huh.
and I took him. It was around that time actually because it was for a Feed Your Soul event, a charity
Hmm.
event, and you could you could have an easel and paint and draw and paint. So I had him. I prepared ahead of time a board that I gessoed, and he drew a Spider-Man with a Sharpie on that big. It was almost like a 24 by 36 piece of plywood, and he drew with the Sharpie, and I painted it at the show.
Oh wow.
I still have pictures of that. Yeah, that was like one of the most exciting, fun piece to do to collaborate with Alex, like one of the classic Spider-Man artists. So yeah, that was really cool.
Oh
I
yeah.
also have
We can
I've
recreate that moment at OAX.
uh,
We can recreate that moment at OAX for you.
that would be fun. The thing is, it's all about. It would have to be on watercolor paper
Hmm.
because bringing plywood, gessoed and stuff that would be a problem. But yeah, sure, 14 by 20 watercolor piece. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm game. I'm game, man.
All right. Well, Alex is local too, so
That's true.
we
That's
could
true.
actually just have something to bring it in. I'm not going to put any pressure on you, but it's the thing is that's part of what makes OAX fun. We had in the first year we had Gerhard. Well, Adam Hughes drew a Red Sonja, and Gerhard did the background on it. But you think, you knew that, just from Gerhard's, work with service in the past, with Red Sophia, that those thoughts kind of run through your head. Like, wouldn't it be funny if you had Adam Hughes draw a beautiful Red Sonja and Gerhard did the backgrounds on that?
Uh-huh.
It was phenomenal.
No,
It
seriously,
was,
no, I bet. And seriously, you're not putting any pressure. If you want to put something together like that, like I said,
all
I'm
right.
game, because it's entertaining also, to the people to see that thing happen.
Hmm.
So yeah, one of the things, for example, when we were talking about Charlotte earlier with Jeremy, um, Heroes Con, they have a stage, they have easels, they
Yeah,
have all those,
they
and
do.
talk about being messy. Talk about being messy. That's the one I think I like about it, is that I can be as messy as I want. There's space for it, and it's fun. But something that also is also amazing is that they have like hundreds of chairs around, and for the attendees, walking and standing up all day, that's a blessing, so that they can sit, rest their feet, and they still see art being produced live in front of them. It's a
Right.
show in itself.
Right.
It's
They
so
hang all
clever.
the art beside the stage as it gets
Yeah,
completed, or as artists bring
yeah,
stuff over that's going to go in the auction.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a wonderful format. I mean,
yeah,
they've
yeah, yeah.
done a great job with that. Oh, and Gabriel, who I was emailing with earlier, is in sunny San Diego. Hey,
Oh
Gabriel,
yeah,
good to see
sunny.
you.
I haven't been to San Diego in ages, and I'm sorry, guys, I don't plan on going anytime soon, because I don't like poking dragons, and this one is too big for me.
Oh man. Um, well, here, let me throw the link for the pre-OAX back in the
Uh-huh.
here, just so everybody has it. And
Oh,
again,
Gabriel says that he signed up to CAF today. That's cool. Welcome to the community. That's, yeah,
that I saw
that's
that. I haven't got to check out the calf gallery yet, Gabrielle, but I'm looking forward to that. And
and I keep telling Jeremy, my manager, the guy I did the cocktail and curves book with, and we're gonna do some more stuff. That I want to go back to posting the new stuff on CAF, but I need to have uh, art that transfers to paper, because I do a lot of stuff digitally,
hmm
and that doesn't make sense to post it there. So I'm with the new iteration of the cocktail book, with all the material that we have been proven that it sells. Whenever I draw a pinup girl, whenever I draw, or I paint. I just finished painting a white queen, full acrylic painting. I haven't done that in years. Uh, uh, and those they sell themselves right away.
Yeah. Well, when we're done here, there's some stuff I can talk to you about. Give you
Uh-huh,
some ideas as well.
uh-huh.
Uh,
I'm working. I have to finish a piece. I will do a video right now, because I don't have enough followers on Instagram. I can't do live videos like I used to,
mhm.
because I only have like 500 followers or stuff. And I've been told that if I reach over 1,000, then I'll be able to do live videos again. But and I want to get there soon, because I want to do. I have a 24 by 36 painting of the Thing sitting on Doctor Doom's throne, with knocked out Reed Richard at the feet of the throne.
Uh-huh.
Same with Sue Storm, and God knows where Johnny is, because you can only see a couple of embers burning. And the Thing is sitting in the throne in Doctor Doom's outfit, smoking a cigar and drinking a glass of Glenmorangie or something. And that was a commission. That was a commission that I need to finish, and it's all fully painted. I need to get back to it, and I would like to do live videos so that people could see the process happening.
Right. No, I think that sounds awesome. I'd love to see Jack Kirby do that version of it as well. I mean, that has to be pretty. I mean, how you're never going to see the Thing in Doctor Doom's costume.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, you never know. Maybe they'll write something in the next, storyline
Yeah,
where.
if
But
they do,
but I
will
thought I
they
thought it'd
rip
be
you off?
it'd be because the guy who commissioned the art had a lot of characters sitting on thrones or chairs, or drinking and smoking a cigar. So that was the theme. And I'm like, hey, what if but the thing in a Doom costume and on the throne. So there's like battle damaged walls in the back, burning curtains and stuff. Yeah, it's a big piece. It's a little it's challenging to say the least, because I haven't worked on those big pieces in a long time. I don't do too many of those, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun though. I don't want to think about how I'm going to scan this, because that's another adventure in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they make those cam scanners for your phone. You might want to like resort to that. But if you want to use it for print, though,
Oh,
uh,
I'll probably have somebody take a really good
I
picture
think
of
you're gonna have to have somebody photograph it.
it.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
the way you're gonna have to go. But it sounds awesome. I mean, that is the ultimate what if storyline
Yeah,
right there.
that's true. It's a what if. It's a what if. Yeah, it is.
I like that idea. Well, I mean, yeah, you got to get your Instagram up so people can watch you paint live again. Then
Hmm.
that would be fun. Um,
Yep.
so I guess we can we'll probably call it for tonight, Stefan. But I mean, I think this is yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to having you at the show. I mean, I know that
Oh,
you
I'm
know,
excited. I'm excited to be there. It's gonna be good to be among people who are here just for that, for the appreciation of traditional comic book art done on paper, and share the passion, share the commitment to the medium, to the stories, to the characters, to yeah, this it's really cool. It's really cool.
yeah, no, it's gonna you're gonna enjoy it, and I think everybody's gonna be really thrilled to have you there. And clearly, all the peers, all the people you mentioned tonight that are gonna be there,
Hmm.
you've hung
And
out with.
and friendly faces from the other side of the table. People coming, new ones, but old ones, old friends, like people that have been following me for 15 years. That I see here and there at shows, and then there's the ones I haven't seen in a long time, but they've always been following what I do from afar. And then there's the new ones. Then there's the people who bring their kids, uh, who just like, the nose reaching barely at the edge of the table, and
Mhm.
they like the turtles or they like Spider-Man. And I always make time for the kids to draw something quick, because I'm like, what if it's the first experience they have of the show? It has to be something that hopefully they'll remember as a good time, as a good experience.
Right.
So if that
Oh,
can help, I'm all for it.
that's the right mindset going into a show like
Hmm.
OX. We all appreciate that. All right, everybody. Well, listen, we're signing off. Stefan, don't go anywhere because I want to talk to you about something. But everybody in the chat, thank you for watching us this evening, and also for those of you who've already booked your pre-OAX commissions with Stefan. We appreciate
Thank you,
that.
guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it's good to me to be among that kind of crowd. It's fun. It's fun.
All right. Well, everybody have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow with Essential Sequentials doing an art drop with us. But we
Oh,
will
that's
have,
cool. That's cool. Yeah.
yeah, small art drop, but they'll be announcing their pre-OAXs as well. So
Uh-huh,
you'll hear what
uh-huh.
Art Adams is offering, Dave Finch, Matteo Scalera,
Ooh,
uh,
yeah.
and Eric Canetti. I know for sure we're going to announce
Oh
all.
man. Oh, Eric. Yeah, I love. Is it at the same time?
Yes, 9 o'clock tomorrow.
All right, then I'll be watching.
All right, fantastic. Everybody have a wonderful night. We'll see you again tomorrow.
All right. Take care, guys.